Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sup Talk Radio. It's that time of year. It's the holidays. It's the Mr. Olympia contest. And of course, Supplement Brand of the Year. Lots of stuff to talk about. And as always, I am so honored and happy to once again see my longtime friend, Robik Samborsky, the man, the myth, working towards legend of Apollon Nutrition. How are you, my friend?
Good. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for having me again. It's always a pleasure.
Dude, when you reach out and say, hey, podcast time, you know it's time to connect.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I know I just asked you off air. So what's going on? What's going on being lean? What's going on?
Life sucks. We make no money, so I have no food.
Living on a can of tuna fish a day?
Pretty much living on the street on a can of tuna fish a day. Now, I was trying to get a little bit leaner, and apparently I succeeded, as you can tell.
Are we looking at making a comeback? One last fight for something?
Possibly. I'm not ruling it out. Something we've been talking about for the last month, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, about a month and a half. There's definitely a talk in the air about possible, just a charity event, and something that kind of was on the back of my mind for quite some time. So, possible, not final, not finalized yet, but definitely open to it. And if it happens, obviously, I'll let everybody know. But yeah, very possible. Yes.
Is it possibly the gentleman at the seminar or no?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. All
That's
right.
him.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Is he from Ukraine also or no?
No, I think his roots are from Poland, if I'm not mistaken, but he's American.
Okay.
I think he was born here.
Okay. So what are you weighing? Have you ever done a body fat analysis? Because you were lean. You're always lean anyway.
Believe it or not, this is the leanest I've been probably in the past 10 years or so. I would say, actually got on a scale this morning. I was 153. I used to fight at 155, so I'm 153. So I could fight tomorrow. I mean, it wouldn't be pretty because I suck right now, but yeah, I'm completely out of shape in terms of fight shape. But in terms of weight, I'm pretty much there.
And what is wife and daughter saying? Do they like the look, or they kind of like dad too much?
Yeah, I think everybody around me doesn't like the look. Except me. I like the look. I enjoy it. It's fun. I like the challenge, and I like what I achieved so far. So
Yep.
my body is still responding, even though I'm old as fuck, not as old as you, but still. So it was coming. You knew that.
Get out
Uh,
of the way now.
yeah, but yeah, no, I'm glad my body still responds. I'm glad my body still listens to what I have to say and responds very well. So yeah, I feel good.
So all right. So are you doing more cardio though? Because you're still posting your pictures like you're eating 5,000 calories a day.
You know what? To be honest with you, I'm just fucking with everybody. I eat that only on Sundays. On Sundays, I allow myself to eat whatever I want. It's just, what's the point of posting? I just had chicken and rice, but what's
Yeah.
the point of posting that? Who wants to see me drinking protein shake or eating chicken and rice? I mean, I don't want to see, when I see athletes do it, that drives me fucking nuts. I really don't care about that. Show me something interesting. Show me something nice. So it just happens to be on Sunday. I allow myself to do whatever I want. I kind of learned that about my body, that I can allow myself that. I don't like to call it a cheat day, just day of eating whatever I want without
Yeah.
thinking. That's the day I don't train. That's the day I don't do any physical activities. So I just eat whatever I want whenever I want. So I think it's fun to kind of showcase, like, look, I had something fun to eat, and you don't. So fuck you.
But it looks more like just one thing though, because you post like 6, 7 things. I don't know if it's one meal or it's your whole day of meals.
No, it's a whole day of meals. Whatever I
Okay.
eat, I'll post, and like it seems like people like it. They always respond to it. Guy sister, calls me a fat pig, and every photo that I post, and my other friends, they curse me out. But everything is in good fun, so we're just fucking around, just having fun.
He's another one too to take a side tour because I see him every day. He does Instagram feeds on his treadmill or his bike. Like you still do more treadmill than an active bodybuilder.
I do treadmill in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't train like a fighter. I train more like I don't know if you can call it a bodybuilding training either, because I don't do any deadlifts. I don't do any squats.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
I
do
meant
any
Guy
bench
though. I meant
press.
Guy. Guy does a lot of cardio, like he's still
Yeah,
training like crazy.
I do 35 minutes in the morning of walking on a treadmill, and that's pretty
Yep.
much all I do in terms of cardio. And when I train with weights, it's mostly supersets. I would say weight is moderate to heavy, but not extremely heavy. I implement mostly machines, and my training is 30, 45 minutes at the most, and that's pretty much it. If the fight will be confirmed and if I'm actually doing it, then it's going to be completely different. Then I have to kind of change my whole level of training, diet, supplementation, and everything else.
So putting you back on the spot here. So what's going to make it or break it? Is it negotiations of a venue or
Yeah, no, it's negotiation of I mean, obviously, like I said, I do know my place. I'm realistic. I
yep,
know I'm past my prime. I know that I'm 47. I'll be 48 in February. I know that even though I think for my age my body still responds, I can still do certain things. But
yep,
at the same time, I know that um, I'm not where I used to be, and
yeah,
I have to be kind of, smart about it. So it comes down to when I got challenged, it was all in good fun, but at the same time, considering that the idea was to do it for charity, like when money would be donated to the victims of war, especially
yep,
now they need it more than ever. It was very hard for me to say no, but for a selfish reason, I would say I was looking forward to it because Justin is somebody who I looked up to. Justin is somebody who I hold to very high regard, and he was supposed to be my retirement fight
yep.
years ago, and it would be an honor to share a ring with him. I it's probably, I don't know if I would say it's an honor to get my ass kicked by him, but I don't do anything in life unless I know or believe that I can achieve something, that I can win. So
Yeah.
deep in my heart, I think that I can pull it off. Maybe I'm dreaming, maybe it's naive, but I don't do things unless I believe in them.
Yeah.
So I do understand. I was actually talking to a friend of mine, and I said if I was a betting person, if I was a gambler, I would put all my money on Justin. I would never put money on me because that's just being smart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know me. I know my capabilities. I know my strength. I know my weaknesses, and I know I've been studying him. So, like I said, I wouldn't be doing this or even contemplating this, even for charity, if deep down, for selfish reasons, I
Yeah.
won't see it as a goal that I can achieve. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you're old, but you're not as old as me. You can do it, but obviously we'll see what time tells.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see. Actually, I'm gonna bring this up. So I see Maria on the chat here, and I gotta give kudos to her because like her Instagram posts and everything, she was a good hire. Her and I talk a lot online and whatnot, and she's funny because she told me that her son thinks that her Instagram posts and stuff are kind of cringe. They're not up to snuff. But I said her posts are phenomenal.
Um, we actually talked about this very, very recently. Maria is a very good friend of ours. And
Okay.
I mean, when I say of ours, she's a very good friend of Carolina and Marina. So we've known her from before she joined the team. And she joined the team mostly as a part-time employee, just to like everybody who gets a part-time job. But to
Sure.
be honest with you, I think that she showed some talent, as you can see, with her content and what she does on social media. And
Yeah.
she genuinely, truly cares about the company, and it shows. It
Yeah.
definitely shows. And I told her because everybody who knows me, they know that I don't hold back. I told her that I didn't have any expectations from her. I didn't expect much.
Yeah.
Not because of I think less of her. I just didn't have any expectations whatsoever. And she proved us all wrong by stepping up and improving constantly. And I can see a lot of people respect her. A lot of people repost her content constantly.
Yep.
She got to know a lot of people like yourself in a very short period of time. She made friends, she made acquaintances, and she genuinely cares. And I couldn't be more proud of her. I mean, congratulations to what she achieved so far, and well done.
Yeah. I agree. Great hire. Great hire. So let's quickly talk the big drop today, or is it? Where does it drop in Furiosa?
Hmm.
I don't know if I overlooked the date. Is it out or when's it dropping?
It's dropping on Friday or Saturday, I believe. Yes.
Okay.
This was something that I've been working on since I think last year, and originally the name was, ironically, it was Top Gun. That was the name that I wanted to use, and then I was thinking, like, even though, like, we could technically use the name because I mean it's not like it's trademarked or anything like that,
Yeah.
especially in the supplement industry. But I found there is another product in the supplement industry that's called Top Gun, and I didn't I didn't want to use the name because it didn't feel right for some reasons. And then I actually watched a Polish movie called Furiosa, which is on Netflix.
Okay.
It's a great action film, fantastic. But it's spelled with a Z, Furiosa.
Okay.
I saw that and I looked it up, and then I saw that Furiosa was actually Charlize Theron's name in Mad Max. And I was like,
Okay.
I said, okay, I said, that's pretty cool. And then I saw that Furiosa, a movie, a standalone movie based on characters coming in 2024. So I was like, well, fuck you, we'll beat you to it. And that's pretty much how the name was born. But the whole idea was to make a pre workout in a pill form
Yeah, I'm surprised
because
with that.
yeah, because a lot of people like Bloody Hell, which is a pump formula in a capsule form. So I thought, why not pull something off, something like that? It's Maria, you're welcome, proud of you. Um, it's something that I haven't seen that's been done.
Yeah.
And it's all about, I think this industry is about, we hear a lot about game changing, raising the bar, blah blah blah. But in reality, nobody fucking raises the bar, well, not many at least, and nobody
Yep.
changes shit. So this was something, I got to talk to Matt Nickerson, who is a good friend of mine,
Yep.
obviously the man behind Self Law 6. I was like, listen, I mean, how about we do something like that? And he was all on board. I got his support as well. Talked to the manufacturer as well. I was like, I mean, I can't squeeze this into one or two capsules, even
Yeah.
though Shane from Stacked like recently said, well, it's this kind of a replacement of R600. I was like, no, it's not, because R600 is basically a caffeine pill. That's all it is, just three types of caffeine. But this is actually all around pre workout that
Yeah. Yeah.
has all the components of a successful pre workout. It has focus, it has pump, it has energy, long lasting energy, two types of different caffeine. So I thought this is something that that's cool, that
Yeah.
hasn't
Yeah.
been done. So why not, like, try it? And I think the formula is absolutely amazing, and I think the label looks fantastic. And we posted today. I mean, Shane posted today about it, and the buzz has been absolutely tremendous. I mean, you
Oh, of
saw it
course.
online. Everybody went crazy for it. I mean, I think that this was, I mean, if I may say so, this is groundbreaking. This is game changing because,
Yep.
you have powders releasing on a daily basis, but who does pills? Nobody,
Yep.
at least not like this. So I expect that copycats are about to follow because we've seen it before, but, I'm definitely proud of it.
I'll tell you because there's an ingredient in there called vinpocetine that I really like. I think it's a very underrated or underutilized ingredient, and I think it's great for memory. And then I
It's
see little things
amazing
that could help with
ingredient.
Alzheimer's and other things. I mean, it's a good ingredient.
Yeah, it just cannot be used in a powder form because I've tried it once and I thought I'm gonna vomit. I mean, it's just
Okay.
unbearable. So when we were doing the pill form, that was pretty much no brainer. 20 milligram will do the trick, and it's an amazing ingredient, like yourself. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's actually one of my favorites. I used to take it as a standalone. That's how much I
Yeah.
like it.
So let me ask you this though, because when I looked at the formula quickly, I didn't analyze too much. Looked more on the focus and memory side. Stim. Would you suggest, not suggest, but would people want to put like a bare knuckle or something with that, or would that be kind of tainting it or souring the formula with like a non-stim pump product?
I mean, most of the owners would probably say, stack it with this, stack it with that. Um, I'm not the type of person. I mean, we have a sales director. His name is Jose,
Yep.
and now we have Mark who joined the team. So that's their job to sell, not mine. Mine is to create
Mm-hmm.
and run the company with K. But so I'm not gonna say stack it with Bloodsport or Bloody Hell or Bloody what, because the truth is it has a pump ingredient. Sulfur 6 is an amazing pump ingredient.
Sure.
It's more than sufficient. So to save a buck, I would just take it as is. If you
Okay.
want to enhance your experience and you really want to like take the pumps to the next level, yes, you could stack it with Bloodsport, or yes, you could stack it with Bare Knuckle. But just keep in mind, you're going to get a lot more of, alpha GPC and all that. Do you really need it? I say no. But again,
Yeah.
who am I to say it?
Yep. Yep. So any updates on Assassin? I know you posted a teaser a month
Yeah.
ago, so I don't know if there's any more you want to share with the masses.
I think that Assassin is targeted to be released early in 2023. But yeah, I mean, the formula is done. We're actually working on flavoring it right now, which, as you know, Assassin is not easy to flavor.
Yep.
So, it's definitely, yeah, the Assassin 8 is coming out early 2023, 100%.
Major overhaul or just a couple of kind of slight tweaks compared to the previous?
I would say definitely more pump,
Okay.
definitely more focus. I would say energy is probably about the same, more or less, maybe slightly more. But you know already how Apollon operates. We don't do less, we don't do the same. If it's a new version, then it's going to be 100% upgraded.
Yep. Hooligan V7.
That's targeted, I believe, for summer 2023. Yes. The
Okay.
formula is done, also finalized. Bare Knuckle V5 is also done, finalized. They all go into flavoring, I believe, in the next 2 months or so.
And then I don't want to let the cat out too much because I don't know if I should, but when you and I met, you were working on something Christmassy
Hmm.
for the holidays. And I don't know if you want to share it or not. Is that still coming out? And
Yeah.
hopefully you know what I'm talking about because I don't know if I should really, give it out or not.
So there are two things. One is for Christmas, which is going to be a limited release protein
Okay.
that will be announced probably in the next week or so. And then December 31st, that's when we say a big fat fuck you to the industry and releasing something that's literally has never been done. And I'm glad to, I mean, it's not a secret anymore. Then Chris Waldron is part of it. So
Yeah.
you know that you're expecting something that I mean, right now I believe we've been slapping the industry left and right, but on December 31st it's literally game over.
Chris, I don't think Chris Galore, I don't think it's gonna be eggnog. I don't think it's even eggnog flavored protein.
No, no.
So obviously you brought it up. So with Chris walking away, as many people know, Chris has sold Inspired. I mean, I'm very happy for him because I know he's in a different headspace. I wish him the
Mhm.
best. But it sounds like everything's still on course and whatnot for whatever you guys are doing together, as you said, December 31st or 30th, whatever it is.
Yeah. No, everything is on course. Everything, I mean, our relationship is intact. The sale of Inspired has nothing to do with what we are doing. You know,
Yep.
we're actually just exchanged a few emails right now. We're working already on a second product. So, that relationship is intact. And I mean, Chris is a true professional. I have nothing but great things to say about him. I mean, obviously, we won't be doing a second product if the first one was not successful.
Yep.
So the second one is gonna be it's gonna be a huge surprise. But again, nothing but positive things to say about Chris. True professional, man of his word. I mean, if
Yep.
he tells you he calls you at 3 p.m., he fucking calls you at 3 p.m. no matter what. In fact, on Sunday or Saturday, we were supposed to get on a call. He was a little sick. Nevertheless, the phone call, the meeting was on time, and he was nothing but super professional, nothing but positive things, especially in the industry where unfortunately 75-80% of the time I have nothing but negative things to say.
You come on.
I'm a sweetheart.
No, I have and I've told Chris this. I have the utmost respect because when I started Sub Talk, he was like my fifth or sixth guest.
Mm,
So I always have the utmost respect for him, and again, glad to see him going after. He's still continuing his passion and doing what he does best.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, so the big thing here, brand of the year.
Mm,
We've seen all the posts and different platforms and whatnot. So I'm going to put you on the spot because I know obviously Apollon is with Stacked. Okay, Apollon's up for nominations, and we've seen Fit Informant. Ryan post a couple of things. He's not doing a contest, but in your mind, what makes a company brand of the year?
I said it numerous times on numerous podcasts 2 or 3 years ago when Shane told me that Apollon has a chance of winning brand of the year. I started laughing and I said, you know what, come on, not a fucking chance in the world. But the thing is that in Shane's case, for example, Shane is the one who is making the call, right? Him
Yep.
and his wife, they deciding on who is the winner. And, he told me that Apollon can win. He says, indeed. And he explained to me why. Because he used Inspired actually as an example, because Inspired won, I believe, in 2016. I could be wrong, but I think it's
19, I
2000
think. I think it was 19.
on 19. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So Inspired won. Yeah, I think you're right. And it's also a smaller company, and they won based on number of releases that they had, innovations that they had, flavors that they
Hmm.
had, and all that. So I was like, okay, so me and Shane are both huge movie buffs, and I kind of use the analogy. So what you're telling me is, just like in film industry, a small, tiny, independent film can win an Oscar based on certain criteria. Great
Yep.
screenplay, great writing, great directing, execution of the film, acting. And he told me basically, yes, he gave me the blueprint as to what is required specifically to win. And it made perfect sense to me. Made
Okay.
perfect sense to me. It wasn't like, he fed me this criteria or this idea or threw something towards me that nobody knew. He actually was I'm all about logic and common sense. And it
Yep.
made absolutely total logic and common sense that, a brand of the year should be somebody who is throughout the year releasing consistently product, which Apollon does.
Yep.
That company that raises the bar. Again, you can put a check mark right next to Apollon.
Hmm.
A company that upgrades, and nobody upgrades like Apollon. That's a fact
Of
from year
course.
to year. I mean, we've done so many things in 2021 that it was beyond reasonable doubt that we deserved to win, and we won. I mean, granted, he chose three winners, which again I respect, but I
Hmm.
really didn't give a fuck whether it's going to be 1, 3, or 10. All I cared about was I wanted to win in 2021. I wanted to win very badly.
Yep.
I put everything I could into it, my energy, my passion, my drive. I it was like training for a fight, where you leave no stone unturned. So I did everything possible to win. My team did everything possible to win, and we deservingly and rightfully we won. Um, 2022 just happens to be that we were not planning to have such a big year. I mean, we were
Hmm.
still not ready to back off, but just happens to be based on releases and based on everything that we've done, 2022 absolutely destroyed a pound of 2021 throughout the year. I
Yep.
mean, we released the product instantly in January, three products, and we continued consistently releasing products, flavors, upgrading, releasing something that nobody has done before. Furiosa, case in point,
Yep.
different proteins, different pre workouts, different products, health products that, I mean, let's be honest, every health product that Apollon releases, nobody can touch. Nobody.
Yep. Agreed.
If it's a liver product, which was released this year, nobody can touch. If it's a kidney product that was released this year, nobody can touch. Just the formulas are like, I'm not the type of person to release something that's going to be mediocre. I mean, we
Hmm.
have T-shirts that say, fuck mediocre. I'm not going to do mediocre. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have the best product. Period. That's it.
Yep.
And I think that the size of the company should not matter. I mean, it's not about the size of the company. It's about the fact how consistent, how driven,
Hmm.
how innovative the company is. And I'm sorry to say it. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I don't think anyone beats Apollon. That's just a fact.
Okay.
We do things. our pre-workouts, if you could maybe 3 years ago accuse us of being only a high stim pre-workout company, I dare you to say it now. You won't be able to say it now because we are
Yep.
not. We are a company that has a pre-workout pretty much for everybody's tastes, needs, desire. I mean, we covered everything. So I'm sorry, just, those are the criteria. So I think that answers your question. In terms of different platforms, let's talk about different platforms. Ryan, Fitness Informant, corrupted as fuck. Fucking corrupted as fuck. I mean, you know what? I try to be nice to him, and I don't give a fuck what he's going to say after this, to be honest with you, because next time I see him in person, I'm not going to be nice anymore. I can't be
Okay.
nice to somebody who is fake. I'm
Yeah.
not, I know he answered because a couple of people sent me the screenshots of what he answered when he was asked why Apollon is not nominated. And
Yeah.
his thing was, well, you know what? Because this company is in Walmart and this company is, in Vitamin Shop. We could have been in Vitamin Shop. We chose not to. We could have been in with bodybuilding.com. We chose not to. And
Okay.
that doesn't really matter. He should fucking worry about consistencies of his peanut butter rather than worrying about other people's businesses. And since when other companies are reporting the financials to him, because if he is doing it based on financials, where is Optimal Nutrition? Where is Muscle
Yeah.
Tech? Those companies are killing it in terms of finances. The bottom line is he's corrupted. The bottom line, he's getting paid. And people that win his awards are the ones who are paying him, supporting him, and he's not going to promote nobody unless they pay him. That's the fucking fact.
Yeah.
And I can prove it. In fact, you know what? If he's going to go fucking against me after this podcast, I'm going to burn him to hell, because I can say something that he's done recently that he's going to shut his channel down if it leaks out. So, Ryan, just watch it. And if you have a problem, just fucking call me. We'll definitely settle it. No problem at all. But the bottom line is, a couple of years ago, he said hooligan is dangerous and nobody should fucking touch it. That's when he didn't know me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But surprisingly enough, when I paid him to do content, yes, I did pay him to do content. All of a sudden, hooligan was a top 3 pre-workout.
Interesting. I didn't know you guys were kind of doing business together from that
Oh
standpoint.
no,
Okay.
we did business together.
Okay.
But you know what? He pissed me off, so I'm gonna say a few things that he's not gonna like. I can say a lot more. And we were on the phone last year. When he told me the Time Copy is arguably the best pre-workout of the year, but it's not going to get best pre-workout of the year because it's a limited release. Funny enough,
Okay.
he gave limited release to another company. He gave pre-workout of the year to another company a few years ago that sponsored him. I looked it up. It's true.
Okay.
It's a fact. So he's a fucking liar, and that's a fucking fact. And if he's going to see me again, he's either going to run or he's going to apologize. And if he's going to try to get with me into a social media war, I'm going to expose his ass so badly that he's going to fucking regret that he's ever even tried to do it. So he can do what he did with Lucas and others who talk against him. He can block me for all I care. I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he said that my company is not big enough. Last year, he insulted me, and I kind of I brushed it off, where he said, well, Apollon is only known on social media. It's a social media company. Well, fuck you. We're not a social media company. We're sold all over the world, and we're doing pretty good. And
So, I mean, not to insult you, but what would you consider Ghost then? I would think Ghost is a social media company too, a marketing company.
You know what? Ghost pays him.
No, but take that out of the picture, though. But I mean, if he,
you can't take it out of the picture. Ghost pays him. That's the bottom line. Ghost
no,
pays
I'm not
him.
saying that, Robik. I'm just saying the fact of just the classification. He classified you as a marketing
company.
company.
He has to say something.
Yeah.
He has to say something. Just like he said that my pre-workout was a limited edition, and that's the reason why we wouldn't win pre-workout of the year. He gave pre-workout of the year to a company in September.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Just because they paid him. There was fucking other 4 months. 4 fucking months in a year. And then he tried to fucking get his way out of that situation, because sometimes he does things without saying. I guess he lives in the WWE world where he thinks he's a famous wrestler, making all the fucking funny faces with his. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Don't
go
stop.
there.
It's okay. Take a
Yeah,
break.
I'm not gonna go there. I mean, I went far enough. No, but the bottom line is he's corrupted. He does things only for pay, and I said it numerous times. You getting paid and you making money out of the industry, absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you want to advertise on Stacked, you have
Yeah.
to pay.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with it. Shane supports his family that way. There
He's
is not.
unbiased.
It's nothing wrong with supporting your family. There is nothing wrong with making money, but giving people awards, only those that are paying you. There's shitload of companies that are making impact. I mean, take Apollon out of the equation. Okay, we're small. Agreed. What about Morphogen? What about like a Pro? They
Yeah.
great companies. They run by small families, by people who are actually very, very passionate about what they do, and they're actually making an impact. And most of their products are way, way, way better than that crap that is in vitamin shops.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
is not exactly very beneficial to people. That's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben Kane from Price Plow, that fucking prick. I mean, few years ago, he stopped by Apollon and fucking took products off the shelves and basically stole them because he didn't pay for them. And then he fucking trained at my gym and he told, oh, he's my friend. You're not my fucking friend. And then he said to my face that his best friend in the industry is Mark Glazier from NutraBio. Well, guess what? NutraBio hasn't been working with Price Plow for the past 2 years. You don't even hear about NutraBio anymore from Price Plow, as if they don't exist.
Yep.
All of a sudden, NutraBio is not a good company anymore because last I checked, they still fucking phenomenal. They're making good products. Mark Glazier is making decent, honest products. I mean, they always compliant. They always fully transparent.
Yep.
But all of a sudden, NutraBio disappeared. He talked shit about like a Pro, but then in front of my eyes, he was chasing Jeff to do business with him.
Of course.
That's what he does. He's a fucking whore. That's prostitution. That's what it's called. When you're doing something for money. When he saw me at Natural Body event, he was running away from me just to make sure that there is no eye contact. I mean, well, Ghost, Rise. I mean, people that they doing business with. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I know for a fact one of the platforms, I'm not going to say who it is, offered people to win brand of the year. I know for a fact because
it doesn't surprise me.
Indirectly, I was one of those people.
Yeah.
They offered them to win, but that comes with a price. So now you have those crusaders going left and right saying, oh, you know what? We care about the industry. No, you don't give a fuck about industry. You give a fuck about money, which again, I emphasize there is nothing wrong with making money. You should be able to make money because you have to support yourself and you have to support your families. But there is a way of doing it. Don't give out awards. Don't give out awards because that's biased. That's not only biased, that's prostitution. You're getting paid. You're getting paid to sell.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And, I know a couple of companies behind my back talking shit about me. To me, they're very, very nice when they see me. But behind my back, they talk shit. Dan from Ghost, all of a sudden, he's a fucking crusader too. He checks everybody's label. If the labels don't resemble his labels, if everybody's compliant, if he's not compliant, they're not compliant. I know for a fact that he's done some stuff behind people's back that is not exactly very nice things to do. Yeah. But he should worry about his brand. He should worry about Ghost, which is, by the way, great brand. I actually like it. I like it a lot. But the thing is that stick to your own company, run your own company. Why are you not a people's business? Why are you ratting on people? Why are you talking shit about people's brand? Talk shit to me to my face. Like I'm talking shit right now about Ryan and Ben, but they're going to be able to see it if they want to. They're able to call me. They're able to face me. Not that they will.
Yeah. Got everybody here saying get the wraps on, get ready to go. One point wraps dipped in resin and glass. Great reference. So let me ask you this then. So we'll come for a circle. So obviously with Shane, Shane is the gold standard. I mean, let's face it, he's a good friend of mine, he's a good friend of yours, but his platform is what everybody should follow. Yes, he gets paid, but let's face it, all his reviews are unbiased, at least in my opinion.
I
Okay,
agree.
so let's quickly look. And again, you're on fire right now. I'm going to list off the brands that you're up against, and you can give your honest opinion if you're in good
Absolutely.
company
Yeah,
or it's like
absolutely.
bullshit. So we've got Raw, Chris Bumstead, and Raw.
Listen, I mean, it cannot be denied that they made an impact this year for sure. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'll be honest. I think their formulas are good. I'm not going to say
Hmm.
they're great, but in my opinion, based on everything that is on the market, they have good formulas, decent formulas, great marketing. And, I think that the fact ever since Chris Bumstead came on board, obviously the company kind of skyrocketed.
Yep.
Do I think they should beat upon? Hell no. I mean, it still comes down to the fact that we're making supplements. But are they a good company? Do they deserve a nomination? Absolutely. I mean, people talk about Raw, people use Raw. I think that most of it comes from the fact, again, association with one athlete. I
I was
mean,
going to say that. Yep.
that's undeniable because let's face it, Raw was good the year before, 2 years before too. But ever since they linked up with Bumstead, I think that the company got, I wouldn't say better. I'm not going to say better, but I'm going to say
Okay.
more known, more popular, and they probably have more reach.
Yep.
So I think that I don't think that we had a very productive year in terms of a lot of companies releasing many great releases. I don't think this was like a groundbreaking year or anything like that. But does Raw deserve the nomination? I would agree, yes.
Okay. Okay. Next one on the agenda, Rise.
Um, I don't know if Godzilla came at the end of last year or beginning of this year, but
Last
that
year.
last year. So you see, that doesn't really count. Other than that, from what I saw, I tried a protein. It's very good. I mean, I know they won
Yep.
protein war last year, and I believe they in the final this year. It's very good. It tastes good. I mean, I can't say nothing bad, and you know me, I won't say nothing bad because I
Yeah.
just have to
Yeah.
keep it real. I think it's a solid company. I think that I think they hired Martin Fitzwater this year, which is I think great addition to
Oh,
the
okay.
team.
Yep.
I think he's great. I met him at the Arnold Classic. Great guy. I love the energy drinks. Absolutely
Hmm.
love. I mean, I think they Tiger Blood and Baja Blast, if I'm not mistaken, are two of my absolutely favorite this year. So
Okay.
I think that they great products. Um, Again, considering the year that we've had, that I don't think that anyone made such a tremendous impact. I think that Rise deserves the nomination too. I mean, why not?
Okay. I've never tried a product and don't want to, but anyway. Uh,
And I know why.
yes. Arms Race. Doug Miller's company.
You know what? I'm not very familiar with products because I know they mostly to GNC and Vitamin Shop.
Yep.
From what I've seen, a couple of formulas. Listen, it's a solid brand. It's you can't deny it. They have three brands. All three brands are solid. I've met the guys because they have an event every year in Virginia Beach, and we were invited
Yeah.
twice. They are partners. I mean, they stores nutrition corners and Apollon Nutrition. We do great business. It's a great team. It's actually one of my favorite teams. When you go to these stores are fucking spotless. It's like a
Yeah.
fucking pharmacy. Um, Doug conducts himself like a true professional. Carl, the guy who runs his stores and runs the whole operation, is an amazing, amazing, amazing human being. I mean, I have
Okay.
nothing but tremendous respect for him. And I think that they know what they're doing. I think they're very well organized. In fact, few times I even said to my team, I said we could learn from them in terms of how organized they are, even on the shelves. I mean, everything is fucking lined up. Everything is perfect. The products are good. Flavors are good. I mean, look what they're doing with the jams and everything else. I mean, they constantly expanding. They constantly growing. Um, to be honest with you, if it wasn't maybe for I mean, I'm not going to say arms race. I'm going to say core arms race
Yeah.
and America Labs because
Yep.
those are the three brands that they have. I think as a unit, as a brand, uh, I don't know if it's like if they, about this year specifically, because again, I mean, they mostly into Vitamin Shop and GNC, and only Arms Race was nominated. But to me, that's one of my favorite brands. Um, as a whole, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have nothing but respect for them, and the fact that they have an owner that actually looks like somebody who actually lifts weights. That's that
Agreed.
that's pretty cool too. He has the look, he has the marketability, and I, in general, I'm a fan of the company. So
Yeah.
100% yes to the nomination.
He's another one. Doug was again one of my first guests on the show many years ago when he just had Core, and just looking back to 7 or 8 years, watching him grow. I mean, with all three brands, you got to give him credit for growth, like you're doing.
Good guy.
Um, and then last one, HLT, Greg Doucette, who I don't know, but I call him Gilbert Gottfried because he sounds like Gilbert Gottfried.
That is the only one I don't know much about. I'll be 100% honest with you. All
Yeah,
I know is that there was some kind of a controversy with one of the ingredients that they have.
his Turk
Uh,
product.
yeah, I think that made a lot of noise. To be honest with you, like I said, I don't know why they got nominated. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I just don't know because
Yeah,
I guess I don't follow the company so much. I've seen a couple of YouTube podcasts with the owner, with Greg, but they were about steroids, not supplements. And he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. I know some people like him, some people dislike him. Yeah, that Turk
yeah, Turk
builder.
builder.
Yeah. Um, I, you know what? Honestly, I have no opinion on that nomination just because I don't know much about the company. So,
Okay.
uh, I'll say this, and I'm not just saying it because he's a friend of mine or somebody I respect. But if he got nominated, I guess there was a reason for it. So, just because I'm not very familiar with the company,
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to Shane.
Okay. Okay. So I'll ask you this, and I'm sure Kay, who's watching, will probably text you the answer. But any idea how many products you've either dropped in general, whether they're new or versions this year? Do you know that number off the top of your head?
Phew.
Flavors, anything like just something new to the shelves this year.
I think that I did some calculation. Hmm, I did a little calculation somewhere. I'll try
30
to.
maybe? I feel like you've done three a
I
month on average.
I think that more than that. Oh, actually, I have it. So this is combined new releases and flavors and everything else that's been released. So January 3, February 3, that's 6, March 3, that's 9, April 1, that's 10, May 1, that's 12, and then June 2, that's 14, July 2, that's 16, August 3, that's 19, September 3, that's 22,
Jesus.
October 6, that's 29, November 4, that's 33, and December is going to be overall 6. So close to 40, 39, 40.
So we've got Furiosa, we've got the protein, we've got the Chris, but is there anything else for this
Yeah.
month?
I will reveal one out of, oh, there's four. Four
So
more.
there's four on top of the three I just mentioned.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to have next week, we're going to have these two I will reveal right now. So next week, we're going to have a brand new flavor of bare knuckle,
Okay.
orange cream. And then on the 16th, we're releasing brand new chaos.
Oh, okay, that's right. You mentioned that, right? Okay.
Yeah. And then on Christmas, we're releasing an isolate Christmas release.
Okay.
And then on December 31st, that collaboration with Chris Waldron.
Okay. So friend to friend, because I don't hold back with you, is it smart to release so much? I mean, are sales going to be enough that people are going to be investing in supplements instead of just pushing it back to like January?
You know what? It's a legitimate question that, to be honest with you, I'm a fan of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a perfectionist. I'm somebody who cannot stop something that he's passionate about and something that he likes.
Yep.
I just can't. My team sometimes gives me a very, very hard time about it, and I guess rightfully so. But I think that what I do is, I mean, if you look at it, the products, like you said, are all over the place. We're releasing products that are targeting different audiences.
Yep.
Hey, Natalie. Um, we're targeting different audiences. So I mean, think about it. You have products that are health products. You have products that are hard
Yep.
hitting pre-workouts. You have, I mean, we have shitload of protein. I mean, we have egg protein, 50-50 protein. We have isolate. So, you have that. So there is a market that is wide open for all of that. I
Yeah.
mean, to be honest with you, everything that we release sells. There is a huge demand. Actually, Maria was the one who told me recently, I think her favorite phrase, when I say something like, oh shit, I can't believe that this is doing that. And she goes to me, are you surprised? And yes, I am surprised. I am surprised, but we are very, very lucky because somebody like me who is totally um sometime sometimes crazy when it comes I'm a perfectionist, and sometimes I have this obsessive personality where I cannot stop myself from creating, from doing things.
Yep.
And it's not about money. It's a lot more than that. It's just something that I enjoy, and when I succeed, I'm even more driven. So that's
Yeah.
the reason why I think I stepped down as a CEO of Apollon Nutrition last year, and Kay took over, because I think that she's more level-headed. I think she's smarter than me, way smarter than me,
A lot
uh,
prettier too.
a lot prettier, a lot younger. And I think that she is just, she's in control. I lose control. I mean, I just lost control with Ryan and Ben, which I don't regret. But somebody like her keeps me probably on a short leash, which is very good, because I need to be.
Yep.
Sometimes I need to be, and I do understand that sometimes I lose control. But releasing this many products, I don't think hurts the company. I think it helps the company, because if you want to be brand of the year, if you want to be the best, then you got to do something that your competition is not going to do.
Yep.
That's the bottom line. If you want to be a world champion, you have to train harder than anyone else. If you want to be rich, you have to work harder than anyone else. If you want to be handsome, then you have to be born Robik. It's not easy.
But bump. Wow.
It's not easy. No, I'm kidding. It's just something that all the successful people in life, whether it's successful in money or successful in sports, in athletics, and no matter what you do, you just have to raise the bar a little bit more. You have to do a little bit more. You have
Yep.
to work a little bit harder. I want to win brand of the year,
Yep.
not the fake one, not the one where you have to buy it. I won't be able to live with myself. I want to win, and I want to win beyond reasonable doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be haters? 100%. I've experienced it last year where people talk shit behind my back. I know if it happens this year, and I'm saying if because it's not in my hands.
Of course.
What is in my hands, I've already done. And I've done it with fucking flying colors.
Yep.
But I've done everything humanly possible, and more so. Yes,
Yeah.
there is only 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weekends left this year, but we're releasing another 4 or 5 products. I don't even know the count. And the thing is that we're gonna do something that others don't do, and that's the only way. If I get that fucking brand of the year from the from somebody that actually from where it counts the most, I want to know that I earned it.
Yep. Agreed.
I don't want a fucking charity case. I don't want to buy it. And I don't want it if it's not deserved.
Mm-hmm.
The haters and stuff like that. I mean, even you actually texted me recently and you said somebody said some shit on social media about me or the company. I don't respond to that anymore. I don't pay
Yeah.
attention to it. Why? The reason why I pay attention to Fitness Informant maybe and Price Plow is because there is relevance. I'll give them that. There is relevance, and they have to be stopped. They have to be put in their place. They have to do the right thing, because they're not helping the industry, they're hurting the industry by constantly lying and milking the industry for their own benefit.
Yep.
And that should not be the case. You can make money without being a fucking liar. You can make money. You can make a decent, honest living. There is no need to lie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that that's so. If I want to win, you asked me in the beginning of the podcast, if I want to win, yes, I want to win. I want to win for me. I want to win for people on my team. I want to win for you, because you've been supporting our brand from day one and helping us out and rooting for us. And when you come to Apollon, you're stocking up on products, and your son's been absolutely amazing,
Thank
an
you.
amazing, amazing kid. I mean, for people like that, I want to win, and for
I appreciate
myself,
that.
obviously.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I want to make sure, if some hater is gonna say, you know what, oh, they didn't deserve it, they're too small, they're not in Walmart, they're not in this, they didn't pay us or whatever, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know, but it's about the principle. It's about the principle. It's about being rewarded for hard work. Because if Apollon gets brand of the year deservingly, just like Inspire did deservingly, then it sets an example, and it gives chance to this little fucker out there with $5,000-$10,000 in his pocket that he saved up from working 3 jobs, and he
Mm-hmm.
wants to start his own brand with one product that he can barely afford, getting his first 144 units from a small manufacturer, because that's what I did. But my first order was not 144,
It was like
because
30 or something, right? 30
it
tubs
was
of protein?
it was 30 types of protein from
Yeah.
Mark Glazier. So if that fucker out there can see that Apollon can win, then he can win.
Yep.
You remember that speech from Rocky 4? If I can change, you can change, everybody can change. And if you want to change the industry and you want to make the industry better, then reward the little guy. Reward those that deserve to be rewarded. You
Yeah.
know, judge us on something that we, because don't forget, for somebody like me, for somebody like Jeff, like a pro, for somebody like Ben from Morphogen, for us to release a great product, it's very expensive. Our
Yeah.
margins are very, very small, because we were not capable of buying 100,000 units. We don't have investors.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take, well, at least I didn't. We don't take out loans. We start from the very, very bottom and we work our way up. It's been 7 years for me to get to this point,
Yep.
and I'm not even going to deny it. I am yet to see one fucking check from Apollon Nutrition. Everything that the company makes, right, goes right back into the company. And I'm trying to grow the brand, but I am able to take care of people that work for us.
Sure.
You know who's getting paid least in the company? Me and Carolina. We get paid nothing,
Yep.
zero. But
It'll come.
but it will come. But
Yeah.
we're able to employ other people. We're able to help them.
Yeah. Yeah.
This year I was supposed to get paid. This year I was supposed to get paid. But we directed all those money to people who needed it most in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
guess that didn't count for brand of the year for some people. Why? Because instead of directing the money to those that need it, we didn't direct to their fucking dirty pockets.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up. That's
I agree.
fucked up. It shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Rant over.
So let me ask you this, okay? So I'm gonna go back like 3 years when so obviously I've known of Apollon for I think Rich was the guest 4 years ago maybe, and then you and I started getting a little close like 2.5 years ago. We go back 2.5 years ago. If I were to look at your catalog, I could probably only use 20% of everything in there because I'm a very low stim person. Fast forward now, if I look at your catalog, I could probably use comfortably and be happy 60, maybe 65% of everything that's in there. Have you consciously kept that in the back of your head saying, listen, I'm going to start catering to a new a newer type of person, like maybe me or like Eric Schwartz. Eric Schwartz is a very low stim person. Have you been constantly doing that, or just kind of just, you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know what? We actually just shot a promotional video yesterday, and Carolina made me do this little thing where I talk about the products that I take. Now, keep
Yeah.
in mind, we just released fucking 40 new flavors and products and whatnot this year. Um, but in front of me, there was like 6 or maybe 7 products that I
Yep.
personally use. And I
Yep.
was the first one to say on video, I do not use every Apollon product. I don't. I don't need
Yeah.
it. I don't need it. I would be a hypocrite and I would be a liar. And why would I be different from Ben and such other people who are lying? You know what? I have to hold myself to a certain standard. So
Yep.
I don't use every product. I don't expect you, as much as you're a fan and supporter of Apollo Nutrition, I'm not going to shove everything down your throat. Like we just talked about, should you stack Furiosa and Bare Knuckle? No, you shouldn't. Why? If you
Yeah.
want to, go ahead. I mean, great, we'll sell it to you, but you don't have to. So my point is that we make lots of products. We're gonna make more products, but do I expect you to use everything? No. But
Yep.
I'm glad, like you said, I'm glad that today there. I remember when Eric was actually one of the first ones to help me. He was still with Universal, where he would stop by the gym and I would pick his brain. And he told me, I remember when Eric told me, Hooligan and Assassin are not for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, he said it in a very respectful manner, unlike Ryan 3 years ago, who fucking went on air and decided to go like, "Oh, this is gonna kill you. This is bad for you. This is this and this is that." And then 3 years later, well, this is a top 3 pre-workouts of the year. Fuck you, you know. But it's about the fact that there is a product for Chris, there is a product for Maria, there is a product for Kay,
Yep.
there is a product for you, for Eric, for everybody. But the thing is that when we release products and there is a few thousand units, for example, that are coming out, there is not just one Sean. There are many
Yeah.
Seans. There are many people like you that want your type of product, and there are people like me that want my type of product. So the
Yep.
thing is that there is a reason why there are so many SKUs and there are so many thousands of units that you order, because you target different audiences. I mean, I'm glad to say that maybe even even for Story, uh, you know, um, he's actually making a very legitimate point, because I know Story is taking Apollon products.
Yeah.
She's
She loves her protein muffins or protein
yes,
cupcakes.
she is. So I mean, Jojo just made a very, very, very good point. But there is a product for everybody. I don't expect you to buy everything. It's just completely unnecessary.
Yeah. So what product this year did you have very low expectations? You order a minimum, whatever your minimum is, 144, that surprised the hell out of you.
Well, thankfully, we don't make 144 anymore.
Okay, well, you ordered a minimum thinking, okay, we'll try it
Uh,
out.
yeah, the one product that we ordered a minimum and surprised the shit out of me was collagen. Collagen surprised the crap out of me. We already
Yeah.
reordered thousands of units because collagen, when we released it and people saw the formula, it got as much attention, I think, as Hooligan. Probably that's why.
Wow. Okay. You gonna flavor that? Drop a couple of flavors, or keep it flavorless for the life.
You know what? Probably flavorless. I mean, I
Okay.
just don't. I mean, just like Bloodsport, you can add it to anything you want, because as soon as I'm going to create one flavor or 2 flavors, you know very well that people are going to ask for more and more and more. I mean, certain products, they need flavored. They need to
Yeah.
be flavored. But there are a couple of products, and it was Bloodsport, for example, was my friends Patrick and TJ's idea, where they came up and they said, like, just drop something on flavor that's going to create with pump and you can add it to any product. And I
Yeah.
think this
Okay.
is where, creatine, collagen, blood sport, and clusterdextrin, they have their place, because you
Yep.
literally can add them to anything and without fucking up the flavors.
So I got to give a plug to our personal friend David Fredrickson. If anybody wants to learn about collagen, go watch that video. It's like it's education session every time with him.
That's a cooler version of, he's going to kill me for this. That's a cooler version of Robert. Oh, I'm gonna piss off so many people today. You know,
I'll
David
take
is
the heat. I'll take the heat. Okay. I love Robert, but Robert talks sometimes at a PhD level, and he forgets who he's talking to. Where David sometimes does PhD, but then I think he stops and says, "Okay, I'm talking to the masses. Let me bring it down a couple of notches again."
So David surprised the shit out of me. Number one, he's a hell of a great guy,
Yep.
amazing guy, and I think I hate when people say underrated because it's just I feel like it's diminishing you. You know, sometimes people say Apollon is so underrated. No, we're not. We fucking I won't say we overrated. I think we rate it where we need to be. You
Okay.
know, we rate it where we need to be by audience that needs that Matt. Uh, I think we exactly where we need to be. And David is not that he's underrated. I think he deserves a wider audience because there are very few people that are able. Like for example, you have somebody like Robert. Robert is all fucking PhD and he speaks English that sometimes I question even my knowledge. You know, I lived in South Africa since '97 when I was 22, where it's English speaking. So I guess for more than half of my life, I live in an English speaking country. But when
Yep.
it comes to Robert, I'm like, fuck, my English sucks, you know, because I don't understand a word he's saying. But then I realize probably most Americans don't know what he's saying. So what David is, he's able to convey the message so well in terms of like the PhD level and gym pro level, and that's I
Yeah.
think is a very unique quality. And the guy looks phenomenal. He trains hard and he knows his shit.
Yep.
And but at the same time, when it comes from him, it comes with such simplicity where he doesn't pretend to be somebody he's not.
Yeah. We need. I keep poking him. I'm like, look, you need to go ahead and put October on your calendar. He's in California. I don't know if he'll make the 5 hour commute over or fly over, but I would love to meet him in person and sit down.
Yeah, I agree with Anshin. Where he said about that Apollon Collagen review was really true classic. It's probably one of my all-time favorite reviews. If any of you guys didn't see it, go watch that review because that's like you would expect collagen review to be boring.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a fucking review. It's definitely by far one of my favorites.
Better than his
Um,
hooligan. His hooligan was on point too, though.
Yeah, Hooligan is actually, if I'm not mistaken, he said that it's his favorite pre-workout. But you
Yes.
you, you have somebody like you have TJ who has his own style. You have Ari who has his
Yeah.
own style. Ari is just Ari.
Ari's Ari.
Ari is Ari. That's all I can say. But David, I think, deserves a lot more credit than he gets because if you considering buying any product and David is reviewing it, go watch it. Go
Yeah.
watch it because you can't go wrong. Absolutely. I encourage everybody to sign up.
Speaking of, I know it's very early, but speaking of the seminar, any tidbits? Still looking at October? Any teasers for that?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely planning to make it bigger. Obviously, that's the only way how Apollon operates. But it's gonna come down to Olympia because Olympia is sometimes in September, October area,
Yep.
in that region, I think. And I want to make sure that when we find out the dates of the NPC calendar and we find out the calendar of the Olympia, which I believe we're going to find out probably within the next week or two.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when we're going to pick the date and then we can work with guests. But yeah, I mean, a couple of pros, bodybuilders that expressed desire to come is pretty much overwhelming. We're definitely going to go a lot bigger and we're definitely going to put up a great show. So you better be there.
Yes. Well. We'll talk offline. We've already talked about. I'm involved this year, so I'm in.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. Um, a couple of announcements. I mean, well, a lot of people have been asking about the podcast that I've been
Oh
promising,
yes.
so to speak. So we will start a podcast in January as expected. I talked to Robert about it. It came out of nowhere, to be honest, and he's probably gonna produce the podcast for me. It's gonna be called Hooligan Chronicles, and it's pretty catchy. Uh,
Robert who? Robert who?
Robert Shanatsky is gonna
Oh.
produce. He's gonna
Oh.
produce, and he's gonna be responsible for the technical aspects and stuff like that. So that it's going to be slightly different concept, because what it will be is going to be basically interviews. It's going to be
Yeah.
interviews with different people, where I'm just going to have guests, and they're going to have to agree that I'm going to ask any questions I want. They can answer or not, but it's going to be no holds. It's going to be straightforward, very uncomfortable, very funny, and it's going to be my own style. That's what I'm going to bring to the table. And then we discussed also about the fact that uh, good night, Natalie. See you hopefully in England soon. Um, we're going to discuss different topics, and then there's going to be a second podcast that we're kind of working on. There might be completely not related um, to this kind of to supplement industry. It's going to be mostly around movies and arts and sports and stuff like that, just a
Yep.
discussion like that. And then I actually want uh, propose right here live to do a podcast with you,
Oh, okay.
where we're gonna do this more often, where I'm gonna misbehave, you're gonna be the good old guy, and that's pretty much it. So I think, people like honesty. People like when somebody's straightforward and doesn't hold back. So I think we're gonna give them exactly what they want.
So Matt, actually, the first guest on Robik's podcast is going to be Liver King. Should I have told him that?
You know what? That fucking Liver King guy. I mean, everybody's talking about it, and I have no idea why. I'm still like, I'm surprised, because everybody knew he was taking drugs. Everybody. I mean, that was pretty obvious. He said that he doesn't. How many people do you know that take drugs and say they don't? Shitload of people. I mean, you don't have to go too far. The Rock, hello, pretty obvious. Certain people, they live off of the fucking thing that that they say they don't do it. Everybody knows they do it, and when everybody finds out they actually do it, it's confirmed. Everybody acts surprised. Why the fuck are you surprised? The guy looks like, I mean, he's kind of, what is he, in his 40s, I expect.
Yeah, I think it's mid 40s. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's in his, I would assume, mid 40s, and he looks like he's carved from stone and shit. I mean, you think he's natural just because he says so, and then you find out because apparently an email leaked. I wouldn't be surprised if that email was purposely leaked. My emails don't leak.
Yeah.
All my porn subscriptions and all my lovers, male and females, nobody knows about them. Oh shit, it leaked. Come on, it's bullshit. Who the fuck cares? The guy takes drugs, so do I. So who gives a fuck?
But I think everybody, because everybody like thought that he's like the next Michael Hearn, because Michael Hearn's natural. They figured, oh, this guy's got to be natural too.
Yeah, I think. You know what? I mean, people. There was a bodybuilder. I said, I'm not gonna say who he is. Fuck him. Not gonna give him that much, exposure. But it was this bodybuilder who used to fucking introduce himself as Lifetime Natural. He would shake you on the hand and would say, "Hi, I'm blah blah blah. I'm Lifetime Natural." And I remember I was judging a show that he competed in, and he came up to me and he was like, "So and so, I'm Lifetime Natural." I'm like, "Hey, I don't give a fuck." I really don't care if you're natural or not. You know what? You have a great physique, great. You love bodybuilding. Well, guess what? You have on stage at the Olympia that you're gonna either go to or you're gonna subscribe to. You're gonna have shitload of people who are A, taking drugs, actually all of them,
Yeah, yeah.
and B, they all breaking the law because drugs are illegal, and you're still admiring them, and then you go do and fucking do push-ups, and whether you take drugs or not is irrelevant, and then you go and tell everybody, well, I'm Lifetime Natural. Nobody gives a shit. Well, apparently people do when they actually find out that, like Jojo is natural, it's cool, but not once did he say it to me. I asked him, I think, once, and he
Yeah.
told me that he is, and I was like, okay, case closed. But he never introduced himself like, "Hi, I'm Jojo. I'm Story's father. Story is cool and famous, and I'm this weird guy who posts a lot of shit on the internet. But guess what? I'm natural. Please take me to Team Apollon." He never did that. He
It's
never did that.
It's always the ones that scream the loudest that they're natural are generally on something I've learned.
It's completely unnecessary. And that's the reason why everybody, oh, well, you talk about Liver King. What the fuck am I going to say about him? That he's not natural? I kind of knew about it just from the first look at him. I mean,
Yep.
we're talking about him right now, but I mean, in a different kind of concept.
I
It's
know.
just
I know.
funny. It's funny. It's just hysterical that people don't. Maria, you're not natural. Women like you are not natural. Something's fucked up
Naturally
with you.
crazy.
Yeah, you're so fucked up. There is nothing natural about you.
Well, she works for you. She's off the reservation if she works for you.
That's already makes her not normal. But it's yeah, it's just nobody gives a fuck.
So speaking of bodybuilding, though, do you speak to Kirill? Am I saying that right? Kirill regularly or
Yeah,
no? He
yeah.
looks like
Actually,
$1,000,000. Nobody's talking about him, and I hope he comes in does
you know
damage.
what? It's funny that it should mention that because I talked to him a few days ago, 2 days ago, and something, and it's weird because there's going to be like 50 or 60 classic physique competitors, and nobody mentions them. Nobody, and they only mention Bumstead and Urs from
Nope.
Germany,
Yeah,
and
Bumstead, Urs, and Ruffin. That's
and
it.
Ruffin. I mean, that's so unfair because I mean, honestly, of course, I'm a little biased, but Kirill looks insane. He looks absolutely insane. And
Yeah,
nothing. You don't give publicity to a guy that just came from the well, number one from war. You know, his country is being bombed. He just had a
yeah,
little child. So his circumstances were far from ideal. He's only allowed to be here 1 month because he has to return just in case. And yet nobody talks about him. Nobody gives him credit. That is so fucked up. That is so wrong. You know, and he
yeah.
deserves the credit because he looks the part.
I thought, to be honest, because I didn't talk to him last year at the seminar. I thought he was open because to me he looked like a beast.
Ah, he's
But
amazing.
I
He's
had no
absolutely
idea. And today his
amazing.
back shot. I don't know if you looked. He had a back shot today, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, he's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I have no idea. Not only that, he competed before the war. First show he's done this year. Boom, Olympia qualification, and he's done it in the United States. He didn't get
Yeah,
it in Europe. He actually traveled to United States, got his qualification. First show, boom, went back to Ukraine. A month later, there is a war, and you know, it wasn't easy, and yet he still stuck to it. And he brought to United States physique. He looks right now insane.
he's working at Dragon's Den too. Everybody's there. I don't know how anybody can
Yeah.
train because everybody's there right now.
Yeah, everybody's there. It's like it became like a mecca. I was there what a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah,
It's a
what'd you
nice,
think of it?
it's nice, kind of like a TikTok touristy place, and
Yeah,
it doesn't have that vibe of a hardcore gym that I like, but
yeah,
it's nice. You know, if you want to come and do a couple of pictures and stuff like that, yeah, sure.
yeah. I want to give a shout out too. That I don't know his last name. Chris. He's an Apollon athlete that's got a show coming up Saturday. I wish him well. Is it Chris?
Yes, Chris. Yeah, Chris trains under Branch Warren, and he's competing on Saturday. Looks very good, very hardworking kid. We glad he
Yeah.
joined the team a couple of months ago, and he's been absolutely amazing too. Just a great all around kid.
Yep. Yep. Anything
Yeah.
else, my man? We've been all around the block. You've been high. You've been
Yeah, I
low.
actually want to thank somebody because I see he is commenting quite a bit. And Simao actually is somebody from Australia who is a big fan, a big supporter of Apollon products. And, you know, not many people know this, but he's a marketing wizard who never got a dime from Apollon. In fact, he's our customer. And he was the one who he is behind a lot of content that Maria is doing. And he's been instrumental to being very patient, very helpful. And I think they're on the phone almost like on a weekly basis or something like that. And I just want to thank him. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us, like literally from the bottom of my heart. Like, really appreciate you. And you know, thank you because Maria is not very smart, and it takes a lot of patience to help her.
Yes, and Samoa, thank you for obviously chiming in here and watching the podcast.
Yeah, no, he's an amazing friend. Like, really, him and Maria, great team, and you know, can't thank him enough. Simao, like, again, appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much, my friend.
So as we wrap down here, what's the goal, or do you have a goal for 23?
Oof.
And not the fluff that I want to be better. I mean, like what? Like we could focus more on the health line. We could continue on the officer supplement side. I mean, what's the big goal, my friend, for next year?
When I spoke to Shane when we won Brand of the Year in 2021, I said that 2022 we kind of gonna level out a little bit more and kind of calm down, and that's it. I guess that was a lie. So I'm gonna say this: I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm not gonna make any statements that I I know that January is going to be very productive for us. I'll know already. I know
Yep.
February is going to be very productive, and March and April. Um, I know the first 4 to 6 months are already lined up with a lot of new releases.
Jeez.
Um,
Fuck shit up
Stronger,
again for
better.
2023. I'm not
So,
saying Rob's goal is
y-
to fuck
y-
shit up again.
yeah, I'm just gonna. You know what? I see a lot of times like people rebranding, redoing. Redoing stuff constantly. I just don't think that we need to do anything but stick to what we've been doing so far. I mean, the
Yep.
reality is, pandemic started in 2020. Realistically, I mean, so it's been 3 years now,
Yeah.
and Apollon got stronger ever since the pandemic. I mean, don't forget, again, not to mention his name so many times, but somebody who said Apollon is not big enough and it's a social media company and blah 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 blah. We signed Branch Warren, arguably one of the biggest names in bodybuilding,
Yep.
a legend. We signed him during the pandemic, where a gym was closed, when nothing was operating, where people were not signing anyone, nobody was doing anything, everybody was scared. The company grew in 2020 substantially when, again, gyms were closed. That was our pretty much our sprint to the
Yep.
top. 2020. In 2021, we absolutely skyrocketed in terms of like releases and the impact, which was tremendous. In 2022, we released more than in 2021, more products, better products, higher level products. My team that I'm so fucking proud of,
Yep.
helped people from Ukraine in such tremendous way financially. We contributed products, we contributed money, we contributed so much. And I think that I take tremendous pride in it that the company was able to generate so much through support from people like you and from those that support our products and support our brand, that we were able to help others. We
Yep.
signed a bunch of athletes this year, very good athletes, fantastic athletes. Just the other day, yesterday, we announced the signing of Alexei Mokshin, who is arguably the biggest Russian speaking um, content writer, a journalist from the Eastern Bloc with over 1 million followers, somebody who has tremendous impact in Eastern Europe. Um, it's an amazing accomplishment for our brand. I think we accomplished so much in 2022, and all I want to do is that I'm not going to say what I said in last year where we're going to level out. And no, I think we should actually hit the accelerator and just kind of continue what we've been doing. There is
Yep.
no need to change our strategy. I think that we should sign more people. I think we should grow bigger. I think we should be on the same course and not slow down. And I don't know if we're gonna, because you put as a title of this podcast brand of the year. Again, it's out of my reach, it's out of my control. I think everything that we could have done to win, I think we've done that and more so. And I'm going to target 2023. I didn't target 2022 to win. I'm going to target 2023 to win.
Okay. But
You
don't
know,
lose sight though. But that's the thing. Don't get
no,
blinded.
no. The focus right now is on the brand. The focus right now is on the team and growing organically, but at the same time without losing identity of what made Upon what it is today. That's it.
I want 40 new products the minimum next year from Matthew.
Matt, go feed the baby. By the way, congratulations, Matt and his beautiful wife just had a baby.
Oh, congratulations, my friend. But anything else, my friend? It's always good catching up.
No, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free. Other than that, thank you so much for everything. Sean, thank you, of course, my friend. I really appreciate again your support. I mean,
Of course.
hopefully, I will see you within a week or so, and we're gonna work closer and tighter, and we're gonna grow, Sub Talk Radio to the new heights, and we're gonna continue.
So we have a couple in here before we wind out. A couple of people asking about joint formula on the
It's the
agenda.
same person, Helder. He wants to join
Okay, never
Formula
mind.
for quite some time. Helder, I know. We're definitely going to get to it. I promise you. Join Formula is long. Jojo, behave. No Lee Priest collaboration. Don't push it. But there is an announcement coming up. There is.
So, well, perfect. Well, as always, thank you so much, everybody, for chiming in. It really, really is appreciative. If you're listening to this on any of the audio platforms, make sure you give a comment, give a positive ranking, as it brings us up in the ratings. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.